Okay. Hi guys. I haven't done one of these in a while with you, so I'm excited. Um, Emily and I are talking, and we've like communicated with Jess, Katie, Morgan, a bunch of people on kind of what we wanted January to look like, just from like our team's perspective. I've had a couple like one-on-ones or two-on-ones with different teams, different legs, and just getting like a pulse on what people need, what people want. I took all of that and kind of bringing it all together so that we can give everybody kind of the best of the best going into the new year. So Emily and I she did it, and I was like, okay, I really want to tap into this from like a whole team perspective. So utilizing like this training series going into January. So it's going to be pretty intensive, but it's not just going to be good for new advocates. It's going to be good for the advocate that's been in for 4 years and that is, trying to help new advocates launch successfully. It's going to be good for the advocate who maybe needs like a fresh start, or maybe they're used to just dabbling a little bit and they kind of want to get going a little bit more. So it's going to be good for everyone. Obviously, we're kind of marketing it right now in the beginning for new advocates, but again, the way you're going to present it to your teams is for everybody. Um, so what it is, so far we have like 2 days a week. If you want to put the schedule up, Emily, you can do that. But we're going to have our kickoff call team wide on January 2nd. We're going to send you guys the complete calendar so you don't have to remember these dates. Um, and then we're going to go into like a Tuesday, Wednesday, everybody a training. There's going to be a training on Tuesday, a training on Wednesday. And within that, I have hired business coaches to come on and do specific content training. So I just hired a new business coach for myself. And she is going to come on in January and do like a 60-minute training on mindset. It's called like the 5 keys to achieving success. And it's like time management, mindset, leadership, all of the things. And she, not only is she a great business coach, but she has actually been in our shoes and hit the tippy top of her company before. So she knows kind of what we need. And she's not affiliated with a company right now. So that's good. And then she's actually going to open it up for after the 60-minute training. She's going to open it up for 20 minutes of Q&A. So I thought that was really, really generous of her. And that is for the whole team. But you can see right here, like this is the schedule that we're going to do. And it kind of goes in the order that you would go in when you're onboarding a new advocate, So the first one would be a welcome call, and then DMO, which is like your daily method of operation, time blocking. And then the ninth would go into our 10-day content plan. And if you haven't looked in boards, I redid the onboarding for that because it just needed some reorganization. It needed kind of an update. And so if you have like 5-10 minutes that you could just like look in boards, I have redone the whole 10-day content plan for onboarding. And it literally gives your new advocate like almost word for word what to write and what to do. So it's really, really good, especially for that advocate that you might enroll that really has never used social media before. It has like tutorials on how to use stories or Instagram, whatever it may be. So the next thing is events and planning your launch. Emily Ritzer and I are actually in Bob Heilig's party workshop right now, 2-day party workshop. And it's really kind of, it's a lot different than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot of him telling me what I need to do at the event, but it's more of him telling us before and after are so much more important than what you do at the event. So it's really cool. So we're going to be,
I know. Bullshit, ain't it?
we're gonna be like, he gives you all the notes. Yeah, Taylor, he actually gives you all the notes. So I'm gonna be condensing it and putting it in our boards. And I made folders for launches and events that it's like before, during, and after. Um, oh, he's making it 3 days. Okay. So that everybody is on the same page company-wide of what our launches and our events should look like. But I mean, you guys can obviously read what's on the screen. And then Lindsay, I don't know if you guys know Lindsay Gray, but she's has this fabulous training on conversation flow. We kind of just threw you in there. So hopefully that works. But then there's another slide after this that you guys can look at. I'm going to do one on team building, and then Michael Cheshire hired the social studio to come do a training for our team on graphics and content. So obviously that is a free training for the whole team as well. And that is a paid service, right? Well, they're going to be training us on Canva and how to make graphics and all of this other stuff. So regardless if your team decides to go through with the purchase and purchase the graphics, they're going to be given tips on how to use Canva or engagement post or curiosity post or anything like that on social media. So we're really going to be giving a lot of value to our teams with these two trainings. And then we really want to kind of wrap up the month with a virtual event, CBD 101, where we're going to be, explaining what CBD is, what we have to offer, and how it benefits you, but getting everybody to invite to it virtually as a way to get new customers, new advocates, whatever it may be. We haven't totally worked out all of that areas there. But we thought Morgan Hooper, I know you're on this. We thought you were really good at presenting. So I hope that maybe you'll do that for us. But anyways, obviously there's some holes to be filled, and I know people don't want to hear from me every time or a certain person. So like if you know anyone on your team or yourself or anything like that you're like, okay, they need to fill in this training. I've heard them speak. Like let us know, because we would love to have like leaders from different teams filling in with these trainings. Does that make sense so far, guys? Yes, Abby would be amazing. She did a fantastic job in the training today. Okay. So, and like this is totally a work in progress too. Like nothing is set in stone except for what's in like the purplish color on there, because we had to confirm dates with the trainers. Nothing is really set in stone. We can tweak. I mean, we really want to have everyone's perspective and voice here. So feel free to like tell us what you think, what you don't like, what you like. Because I really want to jumpstart the month like with that. And obviously talking about mindset and goal setting and everything like that is a perfect way to go in to January. I talked about the new boards and the onboarding. We're going to continue the whole training piece for like a 6-month series. I'm not going to go into what February looks like because people are working behind the scenes on that, but it's going to be really, really good. And it's just going to give your teams something to plug into to help them maximize their business. But it's going to be kind of set up the same way where we have other leaders presenting, and I'm going to hire different coaches to come in and present for our teams. Some of you have been around, some of you haven't, but obviously leadership is in like what, a week and a half, 2 weeks. And I don't know this, so do not quote me. I've heard rumors. That's all I know. The next, my mind, the next trip is going to launch. So we really want to, people are going to take off for Christmas. By all means, we should. It's Christmas. We want to be with our families, like great, but we want everybody. That's why I'm doing the kickoff call in the second, so that we have like a time where we can be like, okay, we're clocking back into work. It's time to kick it into full gear. And we're going to run for this fun trip or whatever it is, I don't know what it is. Last 2 years, they've always done the double points in January too. And as many of you know, double points can make or break an advocate from earning this trip. So we want people to be all in January running, not waiting until the last month and being like, oh my God, I need 15 points to get there. And it's like, okay, well, you had 5 months before this to do it. So we really want people focused on January because maximizing that is going to be key. Does anyone have kind of anything they want to add? Oh, I wanted Emily to go over something really quick. Sorry. Emily, will you kind of talk about how you did this last year and kind of the results of it?
Yeah, so we just kind of encouraged our team to really hype this up. Like, this was a big deal. This is something that they can get from joining you and nobody else. I mean, basically anyone on our team, but like, they can't get this from joining like anybody at Green Compass. They're going to get like the best training from like people who like should be charging and are giving it for free. And we are paying a couple people too. So we're hyping it up like that. And then also it's going to be kind of like they're going through a cohort together. Like, they're going to get to know other new advocates or people who are relaunching their business. So it's not going to be like, sometimes they feel scared like they're going to be doing it alone, but they're going to be doing this with a lot of other new people. I mean, I kind of mentioned this, but like, to my team, but I thought we could maybe even make like a thread just for all of the new advocates in January. Allie, I didn't really run that by you, but to remind them of the trainings and encourage them and cheer them on. So anyways, last year we kind of started hyping it up about 2 weeks before New Year's, and we got a lot of people joining us because there was another promotion, kind of like what we have now with the chocolate collagen, that we were able to say, if you sign up by December 31st, you're in this class. Like, it just comes with your with your purchase of your kit. So that's kind of it. I did make a couple graphics that I can share in the leader thread, but for now I've just been telling my team, like, go live, sorry, girl, go live and talk about it. That way people can hear your excitement, because it works better than just posting like a graphic. Is there anything else, Allie, you wanted me to say?
Cool. I was muted. I did a little teaser story today to kind of get people like thinking about it. And I will write up something to put in the team threads, and then we can make some graphics that are very generic that people can personalize how they want. Just to get people kind of, in that recruiting mindset, going into the last of the month. And if someone joins, obviously, if they join middle of January, like, they're still plugging in, like, you can still let them in. We're just trying to create a sense of urgency to get them in now. And we will record everything and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I remembered something I was going to say. So what I'm going to do is I'm really focusing on like closing people that have been kind of showing an interest in the business, like, just get them in. And then after that, I'm going to like look at my tree and see who's not been an active advocate, or like hasn't signed anybody and really done much with the business. And I was going to reach out to them and offer this to them if they would like to relaunch their business. And then if they don't, I'm going to like suggest that they probably downgrade to a preferred customer under me, which is what I did last year. Just because, like, if they're not going to do anything, they might as well be a customer, and especially with the double points and everything. So that was going to be kind of my plan. Sorry about her.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah. But yeah, dig into your tree and look at who, might need a relaunch or anything like that. Send a voice message in your team thread if it's too long to type out, and just let them know that we're really excited for what's coming. we were taught the benefit, someone, Lindsay asked in the chat, what would the benefit of downgrading to a PC? So if they're sitting in your tree and like they're black, they're not active at all. If they're a PC and they were going to order product, at least you would be making commission off of that order. And if we, I know we have a trip coming up. I'm pretty sure we have a trip. When that launches in January, our trip points historically, they didn't have to be new customers like most companies. It could be any customer order you get points for. So that would just add to your points that you would get. And again, I really don't know anything about trip. I am just going off of like what people have mentioned and what has happened in the past. But typically it goes from January to June, right? January to June. Yeah, so some of you guys have like 10,000 PQV a month. Usually it's 20 points to earn the first tier of the trip. And it's double points the first month. If it's the same way you would earn the trip in the first month. Our trips are so easy compared to most companies. Does anyone have anything they would like to add as far as like, this would be a phenomenal training, a leader that they would like to speak, anything like that? Or if you look in boards and you're like, Allie, that crap is not good. Or you're like, I have this resource that needs to be added, just like shoot it my way and I'll put it in there. Anybody? Yes. You guys are really good at speaking. I know. I told Lindsay, I was like, next time I get asked to speak, I'm just going to be like, I'm going to give it to Lindsay. All right. Well, thank you guys for hopping on. I know it's like right before Christmas and everybody's doing 1,000 things. If you think of something later, just text me. And I hope all of you have a fabulous holiday with your families. And I love you, and I'm so excited to see some of you soon.
This was
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you guys for putting this together.
Oh, no problem. Good night, guys. Oh, let me stop the recording.